Hello traders, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here from Traders Academy Club, and welcome to the weekly Forex outlook and forecast for the week starting of 12 to 17 of August 2018. Well, this week is very special for me because this week on Thursday I will turn to be 35. Yeah, I feel ashamed to say that. Feel old, getting older. So it's a special week for me, you know, change the number forward. Anyway, the previous week was a wonderful trading week, and before we start going over the charts, first of all, I would like to take the time and thank you for watching the video and all the videos I publish for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get your benefit by watching them. Thank you for your time. If you enjoy the videos, please show your support back, hit the like button, leave your feedback on the comments below. If you would like to have any special of the instruments which I don't cover, please feel free to drop it on the comment, and I will reply as soon as I can. On Monday I will publish the weekly review PDF version. That will be published on the same link below in the comments and also in the description. And I will also email you about that, so just follow the emails. If you are not in the email list, then just go to the blog vladimirribakov.com and on the newsletter, join the newsletter, and you will receive the email. So what's so special on the previous week? Well, that moves finally. During the summer period, we get moves, real moves. And you know, for us, the traders, the most important thing is that the market moves. All the rest is extra. Because if the market doesn't move, we cannot make money. If the price doesn't change, if it stays at the beginning of the week, euro is 115 and it finishes 115.20, we can't make money. It's extremely hard to find opportunities in no changes of the price. When the price move, voila, that's where the opportunities come. Some of the main events previous week: the Turkish lira, which suffers big time with the terrible relations, the worsened relations going between US and Turkey, all the new tariffs, taxes, and so on. And it goes out of Turkey and affects the whole market concept. It's not just Trump versus Turkey, it's Trump versus the Eurozone, China, Canada, and so on and so on and so on. The trade war is warming up in many aspects, and the market shows its sensitivity accordingly. What we can see also is the good CPI that was published last Friday in the US, increasing the probabilities for the Federal Reserve to be able and hike further the rates as they planned. All that affects the dollar to get stronger versus the majority of the pairs, and this trend was the main trend previous week, and there is a good chance it will continue this week as well. So the first the first thing, let's quickly go over the previous week review, right? So that was our forecast for the coming week. The euro dollar, we wanted to go and sell all the way down to 113, 112, and that was our plan on the 1 hour chart. So this is basically exactly what we got. Where is my pen? Let me just open my pen. Okay, here we go, my virtual pen. So that was our place, that's what we got this range, and boom, voila, we got a continuation. So the plan was and remains sell, right? We were talking about this triangle a couple of weeks ago, and we said sell the rally. So we got it exactly as we want, and this is the second leg building. So that's the place where I think the euro dollar is going. At this stage, it still remains sell the rally. There are no opposite signs. So every rally we have critical zones here. We have trend lines, right? So we got the rally, we are after sells. At this stage, this remains the main plan. Yes, rallies could happen, but we need to start to see turnarounds for that, which means basically some kind of slowdown, false breaks, right? Higher highs after that. And that's why currently much safer is to sell the rally rather than try to guess where will be the low, which is something that many traders do, right? So that's basically the plan for the euro dollar, and technically we have the 61.8 of this cycle suggesting it lower around the 112 area, and we have this cycle which goes out of the where is that here, out of the triangle, and it suggests us also the area to be lower. So that's why sell the rally is still very likely a good plan for that. Now if we want to go and find good statistical days for a sell, we can take a look here. We are from 12 to 17, 14, right, 17, well, and then 19 are very good days to look for sell opportunities. Not sell blindly on these days, whatever happens happens. Look for sell setup. So if we get the rallies into that days, that's a great sell. The next one we had on our list was the pound dollar, which we wanted to see right here at our zone of 127, surrounding, right? Now, and we got it because the pound dollar is basically continuing its move down. Now, the invalidation for all that, for all the sell rally, was if we go above the last high, right? So if we create something like that, that would be the invalidation, or at least if the trend line is broken, something that is never happened, and that's why the sell momentum continues. The pound dollar is on critical zone, and the way I see that, we should get ready for possible reversals. So this is the first zone where I expect bulls to start and show some fight on the coming period. If it doesn't hold here, the next area is going to be surrounding 123, 122 or something like that. And from there we are going for some massive rally, right? So that's the place, or slightly lower. As for now, there are no reversal signs on the lower time frame. There is no false break, there is no higher high. Currently there is nothing. I do, however, expect the pair to start and to make some kind of fight here. So let's say I would not be surprised if around this zone we will start to see some kind of attempts for rallies after new lows to be created. I would not be surprised to see bulls fighting, and that's my plan here, which brings me to the euro pound, which reached finally the area that we've been talking about on the last few weeks, that it could go and reach on the short term the area of 0.90 plus and start making the sells. And look what happens. We got the 0.90 plus. Sorry for that. Where is my line here? We got the 0.90. We got it cleared right here, right? And boom, look at this psychological zone holding with a kicker candle pattern. There is a divergence developing here. So basically the way I see that, euro pound is ready for sell the rallies. Also the weekly chart starts to create the candle patterns. So from my point of view, the way I look at, we should sell the rallies here, or it could even try to make a new high here, like with a false break. But every rally following with sell opportunity, I would be looking for sell. Sell opportunity could come with a false break, with a bounce from the trend line, with a candle pattern, bearish candle patterns coming after bearish divergence, or any other technical tool that you use in your arsenal, suggesting you the sell appearance. whatever the rally is, from my point of view, it's great for sell the rallies. And also, if we take a look on the statistical days, right, then we got 8 to be the top, and 8 is one of the most powerful days. So that's also approved statistically to start and looking for the sells. And from my point, well, the most conservative setup would be, of course, if we can go below the trend lines, right? The first one, and ideally making some new lows. That should be the case. And according to the weekly cycle, from my point of view, the direction here should be for long term looking for sells. That's the way I see that at this stage. The next pair on the list we also covered is the dollar yen. Our plan was to look to sell the rallies. On the short term, we expected some rallies. Let's take a look what happened here. Basically, this is exactly what happened. We got the short term rallies, and from there we got a continuation. Now the dollar yen is coming closer to the area of 110. It can technically take us to 161.8 as 109, sorry, which is the duplication area. But here currently it's fighting the 61.8, and it has a double bottom. So if that area holds, right, and we start to see this format, we can start talking about further buys. If this area doesn't hold, right, and we got the break below, we are going to 109 zone, which could be the clearance area here, or slightly lower towards 108. It fits in classically with the daily cycle, which is right here, and the correction according to these areas are exactly here. That's the zone. Okay, so that's why I say, as long as we don't have the turnarounds and clear highs to be created and hold, we don't have any buy reason. So the sell idea remains. So this is the critical area for us, right? If we go above that, well, the whole trend line also, not just the small trend line, the whole trend line, and hold, right, then we can discuss about the buys. As long as that didn't happen, the idea was and remain sell. And with the market sensitivity, it could happen. If the pressure would keep coming from the tariffs, from all these discussions, that could be actually going to happen. Next one is dollar CAD, and our idea was buys from this area if hold, and or the next area. Now what happens with the dollar CAD is that the first area does hold, and this double wave basically create a bullish divergence. So from my point of view, as long as this area holds, okay, we can call it also invalidation, and I'm talking about the zone of 130, okay, approximately slightly lower, then I believe the dollar CAD is bullish. And I would not be surprised if the pair is going to take us towards the extension of this cycle, which is around 136, 137, 161.8 level of the first big cycle, and the second cycle, which is actually even slightly higher. So I would not be surprised at all if we are going towards these areas. The invalidation is important, and this is the last low, slightly below the 130. That's for the dollar CAD, which I believe is beautiful. By the way, for dollar yen, the level we want to see holding is approximately around below 111.50. If it breaks above and holds above, that should become, as I said before, some bullish idea. Next pair we have following for a while is the euro versus the Canadian. Our plan was sell the rallies, and we were aiming to reach this area of Fibonacci's expansion. Let's take a look on the EURCAD. That's our zone around 148. Okay, very beautiful place, and this is another cycle, so that's where we wanted to reach. And our plan actually was sell the rallies, and it worked perfectly. Back to the trend line, bearish hidden divergence, sell, right? So that's exactly what we wanted to see right here. Okay, and this time it worked perfectly for us. We are reaching the zone where we wanted. I think it's yet bearish, but the EURCAD is going to start some turnarounds at this place. They're prepare for some bullish fight. We have a magnet area here, right? So this is the zone where we would be fighting for some rallies. So new lows with bullish reversals could be good sign to go for buys. As per statistical days, I would be mainly paying attention to the 15s. If it doesn't happen during this day, 15, 14, 16, surrounding of the 15, the next time it's going to happen is going to be only a week after, closer to the end of the month. So that's basically about the EURCAD. Another pair we have on a follow list is the New Zealandian Canadian, and our plan was sell rallies for the New Zealandian Canadian. Let's take a look. Where is my GBPCAD? Here. And this is exactly what we experienced as well. Rallies and sell. So the pair is now approaching to some critical zone. Let's put the numbers here. Okay, this is a critical area where we would expect some fight, right? And if it doesn't respect this zone, then prepare the next wish towards here, right? The next move all the way to the downside. The next wish levels are 083 up down to the psychological 080, which would be also into this cycle. So that's for the Kiwi versus the CAD. Now again, we don't have currently any kind of reversals because we don't have few time frames showing the same reversal. That's why if we get anything like that, we can start looking for retraces and bullish fight basically. And that's Euro Aussie. We are a long-term sales, pound, and which is still the same. That nothing changed there during the week. Pound Aussie, our view was to sell for a new a new low to this area, and this is exactly what we experienced this week. And now I think it's game over at this stage. After this double cycle with bullish divergence, I think it's over. We still might see some bearish continuation, but I wouldn't deal with these market conditions currently. It has too many different signs right now, including a bounce from the level. I think we have better opportunities. That's my personal view. And the next one is the Aussie Kiwi, which we wanted to see towards 111.50. That was our plan, and we got paid, and we got paid big time. Guess where? 111.50. Thumbs up. We got very beautiful. I was sure someone is ringing the door. We reached the levels. Now it's time to make the money, cashing out, and this could be some short-term reversals zone. We have the cycle from the daily, we have the cycle from the 4-hour, so I would not be surprised if this zone or anything like that, false break, would start to create a sells. So for me, it's sell like this or like this. On the short term. For long term, the plan is still buys. So at the moment we get something like that, I would be again looking for the buys. This will be the trend line for probably further continuation. Okay, did we have anything else? Oh yeah, pound franc. Pound franc we were after sell the pair all the way to the new lows around 127, and we are there right now. Do we have any reversal sign, guys? No, nothing. So the pair could make some fight from here, but it could easily, there is no signs here, so we can easily see that going towards lower levels before the buys. As for now, simply nothing. And the magnet area, which is the combination of U cycle, falls down to 126, down to 124, maybe slightly lower. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have the pound franc still bearish. Okay, a few more interesting pairs on the list as we have them this week. First one is, oh, by the way, we also had the euro franc, which we discussed a few weeks ago on our watch list, and our plan was to sell. Euro franc is reaching critical area. Take money, at least part of the money, put it in the pocket. Okay, so it's very important. Okay, so few more opportunities as they appear right now. Let me check. Pound CAD, where is here? Pound Canadian approaching the critical area here of the daily chart. It starts to be critical zone. We cleaned this area. We build a divergence. So I expect from here or slightly lower the turn around. It will take some time to build up, but basically the idea is very simple. Look for buy opportunities, and that could happen from here, and that could slightly be like a new low opportunity, but every new low we should follow up for buy opportunities. So new lows, if would be created, should be a hint, not for sales now as we were on the other pound pairs, but to look for buy opportunities on the lows there. And as per date, 12, 16, 17 critical days. So pay attention to these days as well. Okay. The next one and the new one is Aussie dollar, which is breaking out of this little box. So I see that going a bit further and lower, but not too long. I don't think it will take so long, because the next important level is not too far away, and the next duplication area, magnet, right? We have one here without currently ever any reversal signs, and we have one slightly lower. So I do expect that to try go slightly lower, but for the longer run I would still be looking for buys from new lows. Okay, so basically we want to see that kind of making this, and from there we will start switch to the buys. Invalidation plan for anything like that would be if we false break this pattern. Okay, that was a pretty nice pattern here. So if it managed to make a false break here, right, and continue for new highs, that could be the turnaround. But as long as it didn't happen, the plan is still short term sell the rallies. And the next one is the Aussie versus the franc, which is basically pretty much the same. The way I see that, the pair is building up the second leg correction. So if we manage to break the 61.8, next level should be around the 0.70, which is also the bottom of this range, where from we will very likely start dealing with the buys. Meanwhile, this is the trend line and the last high. As long as it holds, we can see the pair pushing slightly lower. Break above that, invalidation. Okay, we are talking here about the level of 0.7450 zone. If it breaks above that, game is over. Meanwhile, sell the rallies could still be a very nice plan for the pair. Commodities, we have the gold, which we expected to see some rallies, but it's yet flirting around the same zone. So to be honest, at this stage, I have no clear view for the gold, and I would not be surprised if the gold will continue lower towards 1180 or so. So if it doesn't manage to break this high, okay, critical high, if it doesn't manage to break above that and continue, then the next stage would be that we are going towards slightly lower areas. So you know, the bullish idea that we expected to see new highs turned to be a range. So why would we fight, right? Why would we fight the market, which is trying to say us the bulls are not here, right? We have to listen to the market, and that's kind of a saying. And okay, it doesn't develop, no problem. Let's wait for our next opportunities. So with the gold, I wouldn't deal right now with anything bullish unless it starts to create new highs on a daily. Then it could be good. Meanwhile, it can easily make the move towards 1180 as we just saw. And as per indices, we have our German DAX, which is another one that we were following for sales. We finally got it. It's finally completed, right? This kind of a range or head and shoulders pattern here. So for me, the structure is pretty much clear here. Sell the rallies was and still remain the plan for me, with invalidation here. So sell rallies, I would be looking for sales, and those of you who are of course in sales, no need to increase. That's pretty much enough. And we have the NASDAQ, which we are following, and this one is really not clear from my point of view. That could turn to be as a double bottom with a crash. I would not be surprised that if NASDAQ makes another false break, dancing around the same psychological area of 1700 before the next crash, the trendline breakout would be the great thumbs up to go for a sell. Meanwhile, I don't see anything too clear for that. And cryptos suffered big time this week. I was looking for Bitcoin for buy opportunities from here. That was my plan. Never ever managed to make any new highs or anything like that, right? So this plan basically failed. Nothing really happened to the bullish side from this point. Crypto suffer because the approval in the ETF postponed. A lot of things going on right now. The bottom line, it suffers big time. I don't see any bullish scenarios at this stage. One starts to be interesting is the Ethereum versus the Bitcoin. We have the two cycles here. One big one, which I expect to stop at this stage, and one small one, which I expect turning as a special. So this is, I believe, where we are going. From there, we are for buys with this divergence. So Ethereum versus the Bitcoin is the one I would pay hard attention for this week. And with the rest, just watch and see what's happening. Meanwhile, there is really nothing bullish happening. which is fine. Okay, so waiting for next opportunities. And that's all for this week. I think it's more than enough, right? The market is moving. Pay attention to that. We have some great opportunities to go with. And that's all. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in the live trading rooms. If you are not a member of the Traders Academy Club, let me invite you to join us, join our family, and enjoy our live trading rooms during the week and the live setups we find and trade during the week. The subscription is below in the description area. You can find the subscription link. We have 7 free trial days as well for you. So just come, see, and see if what we do is for you or not, and if we can be helpful for you. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed the video, please show your support back. Like button, drop the feedback. It really helps us a lot. And once again, thank you for watching. I wish you a wonderful trading week to come, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you. Bye for now. Vladimir Ribakov, Traders Academy Club.